Everyone knows about cardiovascular disease. And if you have it, or if you want to even prevent it, this video is definitely for you. This is about stress. It's more than just a mental strain. It's a hidden threat that can wreak havoc on your cardiovascular system, your arteries, your heart, your brain. This can lead to inflammation, increase your blood pressure, and accelerate the buildup of dangerous plaque in your arteries. And over time, these effects can compromise your heart function and impair your brain health. And stress is an inevitable part of life, but not all stress is created equal. It's crucial to differentiate between acute and chronic stress to truly grasp their impacts. Acute stress is the body's immediate response to specific short-lived challenges, like that adrenaline rush before that big presentation, or tension from a job interview, or that jolt of narrowly avoiding a car accident. These temporary changes are designed to help us cope and typically fade once the situation is resolved. In chronic stress, however, it creeps in when stressors linger, such as enduring financial struggles like mounting debt or job insecurity, relentless work demands with light deadlines and long hours, or ongoing relationship turmoil, including family conflicts or marital discord. And this persistent stress is not just a mental burden. It can wreak havoc on our physical health, particularly targeting the brain and heart. The constant flood of stress hormones leads to inflammation. It disrupts the normal bodily functions, and it sets the stage for serious health issues. So understanding this distinction is the key to managing stress effectively and safeguarding our well-being. And the hidden threat is stress versus diet. Here's a startling revelation. Even if you're loading up on vibrant salads, rich in vitamins and nutrients, you're snacking on almonds and avocados, you're eating all your healthy fats, you're sipping on your antioxidant-packed green smoothies, stress can still undermine your cardiovascular health. While these nutritious choices are crucial for maintaining your heart health, chronic stress can take away, can sabotage all these efforts. These are the stress hormones, particularly cortisol, adrenaline. They act as silent architects of destruction. It promotes inflammation that leads to atherosclerosis, that plaque buildup, that dangerous plaque that builds inside your arteries. This inflammatory process will constrict and harden your arteries, setting the stage for serious cardiovascular issues. So even if you're doing all the right things with your diet, unmanaged stress can still put your heart at risk. It's a powerful reminder that managing stress is as crucial as maintaining a balanced diet to truly protect your overall health. When we look at the physiology of stress, when the sympathetic nervous system is activated, often due to stress, it triggers the fight or flight response, leading to the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. And these hormones prepare the body to respond to perceived threats. But when they're elevated for prolonged periods, they will lead to a variety of symptoms and health issues. And I want to explain the common ones just in case you may be experiencing this right now. And the first is cardiovascular symptoms. Increased heart rate. Adrenaline increases the heart rate to pump even more blood to the muscles. This causes increased elevated blood pressure. The blood vessels constrict to redirect blood to the vital organs, raising blood pressure even more. Palpitations, a sensation of racing or irregularity of your heartbeat, also occurs. And 2, metabolic effects. Increased blood sugar levels. Cortisol prompts the liver to release more glucose, providing energy for immediate use. This increases more weight gain because chronic cortisol elevation will lead to fat accumulation, particularly around the abdomen, as well as insulin resistance. Over time, high cortisol levels will impair insulin sensitivity, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. And 3, that stress will lead to digestive issues, reduced digestive activity. Blood flow is diverted away from the digestive system, slowing digestion. This can lead to irritable bowel syndrome. Stress will exacerbate symptoms like cramping, bloating, and diarrhea. And 4, immune system suppression. Increased susceptibility to infections. Chronic stress will weaken your immune response, making the body more vulnerable to infections. This will cause delayed wound healing, as high cortisol levels will slow down the body's ability to repair tissues. And 5, mental and emotional symptoms. And prolonged stress can lead to mood disturbances as well as depression. It will cause cognitive impairment. High levels of cortisol will affect memory and concentration. And 6, musculoskeletal effects. Muscle tension. Stress causes our muscles to tense up, leading to headaches, body aches. And increased stress will increase the risk of osteoporosis. Long-term cortisol elevation can reduce bone density. And number 7 is sleep disturbances, insomnia. Elevated cortisol levels will disrupt your sleeping patterns, making it difficult to fall asleep and stay asleep. At nighttime, cortisol levels should be low, not high. This will lead to more fatigue. And number 8, skin problems. You're going to have more acne, more skin irritations. Stress can exacerbate skin conditions like acne as well as eczema. And 9 is reproductive health issues. Menstrual irregularities. Stress will disrupt the menstrual cycle and lead to irregular periods. And it will reduce libido because chronic stress will decrease your sexual desire. And understanding these symptoms highlights the importance of managing stress effectively to prevent long-term health consequences. Techniques such as mindfulness, exercise, and relaxation can help mitigate the effects of chronic stress on our bodies. And the most important thing is inflammation. That's the hidden threat. Chronic stress will cause significant inflammation throughout the body, a pivotal player in the onset of cardiovascular disease. While inflammation is the body's natural defense mechanism against injury or infection, its chronic presence will definitely play a significant burden on our health. Stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline will activate the immune system to release pro-inflammatory cytokines, signaling molecules that will intensify inflammation. And from a physiological perspective, inflammation begins as a protective response. When the body detects a threat, such as an injury or a pathogen, the immune system dispatches white blood cells to the affected area. These cells release cytokines, which increase blood flow and recruit more immune cells to that site, causing redness, heat, swelling, or even pain. While this acute inflammation is beneficial, chronic inflammation occurs when this response persists for long periods of time, leading to tissue damage and disease. Within the arteries, the inflammatory response can compromise the endothelial lining, that delicate layer of cells that sheaths the inside of the blood vessels. This damage heightens the artery's vulnerability to the accumulation of plaque, which consists of fat and cholesterol, as well as other minerals. And over time, these plaques can solidify and constrict the arteries, leading to a condition known as atherosclerosis. And it's important to understand that cardiovascular plaques are not solely on the result of elevated cholesterol levels. Inflammation is a significant driver in their formation and progression. This underscores why chronic stress, which perpetuates inflammation, is a formidable risk factor for cardiovascular disease. And physiologically, the stress response involves this activation of the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis and the sympathetic nervous system. This leads to the release of those stress hormones, as we mentioned, cortisol and adrenaline, which prepares the body for that fight or flight response. And moreover, these stress hormones exacerbate cardiovascular issues by inflicting damage on these blood vessels and elevating blood pressure. And over time, this can culminate in severe conditions such as hypertension as well as heart disease. So recognizing and mitigating the impact of this chronic stress is crucial for safeguarding cardiovascular health and ensuring a longer, healthier life. And chronic stress doesn't just affect the heart. It also has a significant toll on our brain. And prolonged exposure to these stress hormones, such as cortisol, will disrupt the function of the hippocampus and the brain, a crucial brain region responsible for memory and learning. This disruption can impair cognitive abilities, making it so much more harder to retain new information or recall past experiences. And furthermore, chronic stress can lead to persistent inflammation in the brain, which is believed to contribute to the early development of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. And this ongoing inflammatory state will accelerate the breakdown of neural connections, leading to cognitive decline and mood disorders such as anxiety and depression. And given the profound impact of stress on both brain and heart health, it's essential to adopt effective stress management strategies. And here are some practical tips I want to share with you. The first is exercise regularly. Engaging in physical activity will reduce stress. It will elevate our mood by increasing the production of endorphins, the body's natural stress relievers. And 2, practice mindfulness. Techniques like meditation, yoga, as well as deep breathing exercises will activate our parasympathetic nervous system, promoting relaxation and reducing stress levels. And 3, you want to maintain a healthy diet because consuming a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains and omega-3 fatty acids can help reduce inflammation and support our overall brain and heart health. And 4, you must get adequate sleep. Prioritizing your quality sleep is crucial for regulating your stress hormones and supporting optimal brain function. And lastly, seek social support. Building and maintaining strong connections with friends and family will provide emotional support and help buffer against the effects of stress. And in conclusion, while stress is an unavoidable aspect of life, understanding its physiological effects on our brain and cardiovascular system empowers us to take proactive measures. And that's key. Proactive measures. And by effectively managing stress through lifestyle changes and supporting practices that we mentioned, this will enhance our well-being. It will preserve our cognitive function and reduce the risk of long-term health issues. Embracing these strategies not only safeguards our mental and physical health, but it also enriches our quality of life. And if you made it to the end of this video, I want to thank you for watching. Please share this information with your friends and family. Leave your comments below. And most important, make it a great day. I'm Dr. Alan Mandell.